Oh, here's the intro. Hi, and welcome to Speaking from the Center. I am Tim.
I am Mark the Mammoth.
Man, we're missing some people from that intro.
Right? I was just about to say, since that has launched, I don't think no one's been here.
Oh,
Oh well, I guess. I don't know.
well, let's catch up on some news that we avoided while we were doing our silliness. So, first things first, the good news.
The best news. Oh my goodness.
Raphael Warnock won his Senate seat back. He beat Herschel Walker in the runoff by 3 points. And yeah.
Thank God.
Yeah. Herschel Walker actually conceded the election too. He was like, "I lost." He gave a speech.
Did it include werewolves and vampires this time, or did he
It
just stick to the erection and how
it,
important it was?
it could have. You never know.
Who knows for sure?
I didn't watch it, but I assume so. I assume it was just him rambling for an hour.
I do find that interesting because yesterday or the day before, apparently a lot of news networks had asked him, "Are you going to concede if you lose?" And he refused. He refused to answer that question directly. So I'm guessing he was looking to see how close it was, if he had to
Yeah,
concede or not, maybe.
probably. Like if it was within a point or maybe even like 2 points, he probably would have been like, "Yeah, I don't know, maybe." But 3 percentage points with the amount of votes that was, it's probably beyond the margin that you could consider maybe fraud.
Correct. Oh, there was a clip, if I can find it. When
But yeah, Georgia had to suffer through an extra 6 weeks of election, which I'm sure wasn't fun because at that point all the money was directed at Georgia. Just days upon days of political ads. I'm so glad there's no more political ads.
yeah, that was the longest midterms ever.
It was. And
So
because of because of like the I guess the ad network that my part of Connecticut is in, like I got all the political ads for New York and northern New Jersey as well. So like I got stuff for like
oh god, so
everything,
many.
like the whole tri-state area.
Oh man. And I found the clip, but it's after she said it. But it was what's it, Laura Ingraham, the blonde lady on Fox News?
Oh yeah, she said that she was like pissed at Trump or something.
Was that? But the statement that stuck for me is like she was speaking to their election analyst, and she said along these lines, not verbatim here, but why are red counties and districts always getting in their vote tallies faster than blue ones? I know blue districts have more people, but we're seeing this trend in all these elections now of the blue districts taking longer. Why is that?
Well, there's a very simple answer for that.
These red districts have 8 people.
Uh-huh.
These blue ones have 80,000. It takes just a wee bit longer.
Just a little
And
bit, just a tiny bit.
and then like she said that statement as the analyst like interrupted her and put the check mark and was like, "Yep, Warnock won." So like it was kind of
Oh
perfectly timed
man.
for her to get out of that question. But
That was a double whammy. It was.
it's one of the dumbest. There's so I don't words not work to describe all those words. That's all I have to say.
Well, let's get to the other good news, the other fantastic news. The jury found the Trump organization guilty of all 17 charges of tax fraud.
Yeah. Though I did hear the fines for those are only up to like $1.3 million. So it's not a ton of money.
No, but some people is going to jail.
And hopefully that'll just tarnish his business into like non-existence because no one is going to do deals if you have fraud, 17 counts of fraud on your record as a company.
Yeah, right.
Or at least
The
I
only
hope.
person, the only person in the Trump organization not directly implicated is Trump himself, because his CFO, when he pled guilty, said that everything was his fault and not Trump's.
Yep, that tracks. That makes sense.
So, and I believe I heard that the closing arguments for both the prosecution and the defense were both about Trump. The prosecution's closing argument was that Trump was definitely involved in this, and anyone who thinks otherwise is crazy. And the defense's argument was that Trump had no idea what was going on in his own company that was named after him.
And if anyone thinks that, they're crazy.
Exactly.
Because, oh my goodness.
Oh, we
That's
got.
some loyalty, though, to take that much fraud for your boss.
I know. I know.
All
We
right.
got
I don't
CD
know.
Ollyman in the chat. He said hi.
Hello,
How,
Ollyman.
how's it going? But
How's the
yeah,
weather up there in Canada?
in the Great Frozen North, in
Which I am next to you
Saskatchewan.
in Minnesota. We're basically Canada, just slightly farther south.
When the country collapses, we'll call you South Canada.
I'm okay with it. I'm for secession from the Union, joining Canada personally.
I don't think Canada would have us, like any of us. I think that they think that we're probably too crazy.
Well, but we could become Canada's Florida. We're in the south. We have lots of lakes. It's nice and warm here in the summer. We'd all
Are
have to
you?
be a little more insane, but
You'd have to do a lot more bath salts, that's for sure.
we're just gonna put giant ones in the lakes,
Yeah, yeah.
like quarter-ton bath bombs.
Sticking to Trump news, they found a whole bunch more secret documents, classified documents, in a Trump storage bin from when he emptied out the White House. So yeah, more classified documents found at Trump storage sites.
This
So
has to put him in prison, right?
it's got to, like, he's literally literally breaking the law over and over and over.
And that's why they were saying he announced his candidacy so early, because he was hoping that would shield him from prosecution, at least for the
And
time being. Which I don't think that's how it works.
that's not how any of this works.
Though
He wouldn't even get shielded from prosecution if he was the Republican nominee.
it was said that he was semi-quoted as saying that if the Republican Party does not give him the nomination, he will run as an independent.
Oh, please
And I
do that.
want that with all of my being,
Oh,
because
he would
he would kill the
destroy
party.
he would destroy any hope the party had of ever getting a president. It would just be the best. It really would.
It would be, well, and if they refuse to go to debates, it's just going to be Biden up there talking about stuff by himself.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, think of it this way: if the Republican Party doesn't nominate Trump, they're going to probably nominate Ron DeSantis.
Mm-hmm.
So if there is a debate, and Trump will pull a large majority of people, so he will get on the debate stage.
Yep.
it'll be Trump
God.
and DeSantis arguing with each other with probably Joe Biden.
Just like pulling up a lawn chair, cracking a beer, and just, I don't have to do anything.
And Trump will be the biggest independent candidate, like non-party candidate of all time.
Yep.
He'll beat out Ralph Nader just by sheer support. But
How
he will
much?
I
No,
think
go
it was
ahead.
like 15% or something like that.
Later, highest.
But Trump will probably get like 20%, but it will all be Republican.
Let's see. How many votes?
All the
did
votes.
Nader get?
100,000 million.
Nader's vice presidential running mate was Winona LaDuke.
All
43
the votes.
states and an NDC. 22 and 96. He won almost 3 million votes, or 2.74%.
He only had 2.74%. Like
That
Trump's
was
going to
in
get at least
96.
10-15%.
That was in 96. He did even worse in 2004. A little bit better at 0.52% in 2000. Yeah, the best he ever did was 96.
I thought he had a bigger percentage than that. Wow. All right.
Yeah, he did not. All right. I thought he got like 5%.
I thought he got like 15. I was so wrong. Well,
this coming from the state of Minnesota, and we elected Jesse Ventura. So,
Well, let's move on to what we all came here to see.
I think Hitler was a really bad guy, and I repudiate what Hitler did. I understand that the British intelligence set him up and used him. I like Hitler. I don't like Hitler. And I know you're trying to be shocking with that. I'm not trying to be shocking. I like Hitler. I see good things about Hitler also. You can't say out loud that this person ever did anything good, and I'm done with that. I'm done with the classifications. Every human being has something of value that they brought to the table. Especially Hitler. Yeah, I don't like the word evil next to Nazis. I think we need to look at. Oh my goodness! Just because you don't like one group doesn't mean the other. But look, I love Jewish people, but I also love Nazis. Well, I want to say there's a lot of good Nazis that were just fighting for their country, and for them all, like George Soros, for them all to get put in a box. They're all in a box. Every Nazi's bad. Well, could some of the Nazis have just been fighting for their country? Oh, they're all. Oh, we can't.
Yeah, those were the Germans that didn't join the Nazi party.
You have any comments on Hitler? I have to agree with you. Schwarzenegger said he loved Hitler. They gave him an award. I'm just saying, I don't like Nazis, and I don't like what some of the mafias are doing either. I like Hitler.
Yeah. So, man, boy, that's pretty rough.
There's a later part of that interview where he's like, yeah, Hitler invented highways and the microphone that I'm using right now and all this shit. I'm like, the microphone was actually invented by a Jewish man. I'm going to look that up right now so I can give him the credit he is due.
But when you make Alex Jones look like the reasonable person in the room, something has gone terribly, terribly wrong.
Oh, he looked so uncomfortable. I'm kind of glad someone could make him feel like that so that now he knows what he does to others. I wish it wasn't needing to be someone saying how great Hitler was. But anyway, Emil Berliner invented the microphone in 1877. So, yeah, he's great. Praise him, not Hitler.
Yeah, Hitler didn't invent the microphone.
Nope.
Or he didn't invent the highway either. Like highways
Well, I know
existed.
he's referencing the Autobahn, which was a very important superhighway. That was a mega project that gave a lot of people jobs and brought Germany out of their Great Depression. Like it had value and importance.
Right. Yeah, that's
It
true.
was not the first. It wasn't a new concept. I don't think there were very many at the time, but
Right.
I don't know. Like the
Yeah.
United States from 1932 to like 1950, we built highways across our entire country to every state and town and county everywhere.
Yeah.
So, thanks Hitler?
Oh man, that
No.
doesn't sound right. That doesn't sound right at all. So Kanye or Ye, as he wants to be called, uh, this didn't start this way. He also had a very controversial conversation with former President Trump and Nick Fuentes,
Oh, that's right.
who I think was also in that video.
Yeah, I think that was the other interviewee. But yeah, what I think Kanye asked Trump to be his running mate and Trump to be his vice president.
Oh my god.
Even Trump is smart enough to be like, nope, back away. Don't engage. Except he let him into the house. Like he'd like it.
Yeah, I
Know,
mean they still
you
had the
open
meeting. They
the
still had
door.
dinner.
This stuff is hard to talk about because there's nothing other to say other than this is bad. These
Yeah,
people bad. They're doing bad things.
they're doing bad things. And like it's not even like a little bad. Like Fuentes is like a full on like terrible person.
Yep. He would. Oh, and this leads to Trump's even bigger statement earlier this week, where he said he's calling for the Constitution just to be torn up and discarded so that it can be put back into office.
Oh god. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Let's
This
see
Trump
here.
guy, I swear. All right, this is going to be a little freaky, but I'm about to be in the stream twice because my computer's giving me a lot of issues. And I'm
If you want me
switching
to
to a
do
different
clips, you can
computer.
just post them in our chat and I can do it if that'll make it easier for you.
Nope, it's my internet for some reason, and I'm just switching computers. It says device is not connected. Allow, damn it, allow. Hey, it's me again. Look, there's two of me. Double cameras.
I like it.
All right, let's get rid of that one. Oh,
we can see into your house.
there's going to be a problem here. I got to switch headphones too. Hold on, give me 1 second.
All right, I'll find us a clip.
Yeah, I'll get rid of both of.
We're doing a laid back show today. Mr. Mikey Famine, who said howdy in the chat, isn't even here. But we'll forgive him this time. But yeah, President Trump called on tearing up parts of the Constitution because who really needs it anyway? Not like it gives us rights or anything. Chrome tab. Here we go. Come on, pop up clip. It is not sharing. And we can't hear you, Tim. Are you muted? Okay. Do you have to enable me to do clips? Ooh, and Ollieman has a clip for the show. All right, check it out. Canadian National Golf Championship. All right. Oh, here we go.
To you. Ellie, a member of the January 6th committee, Zoe Lofgren, says criminal referrals are coming in the next week or two. What do you think? Do you think we're going to be seeing Trump is calling for the termination of the Constitution to overturn the 2020 election and put him back in power? The White House is now condemning him for this. Obviously, this is just more desperation from the former
The look
president.
of disgust on that guy's face to the
What
right
is your reaction
is
to that? And
priceless.
I guess, what might the Justice Department think of that when you go out there and you say this sort of thing as they're perhaps weighing making a case against him?
Good Lord. I don't even know where to begin. I guess I'll just summarize in response to Donald Trump's statement to say that virtually every word of that statement is wrong, crazy, and dangerous. I mean, the only accurate thing Donald Trump says is that to do what he's recommending would require termination of the Constitution, which of course would leave us democracy. I don't think DOJ is paying any attention to this. Sometimes you just have to sort of look past the law and just focus on the facts in the law that are relevant.
I think I can hear you, Tim.
I think DOJ prosecutors.
Can you hear me now?
Probably rolling their eyes or some sense of disgust and just ignoring it.
Putting it in file 13 where it belongs. But I mean, it does underline once again his hostility to American way of life and democracy in this country. And it's a reminder of what the country was going through.
Yeah, we don't care about democracy.
Before a grand jury about Trump's efforts to overturn the election, despite challenges from Trump's legal team. What should we be watching for there?
Everything. We should watch everything.
just keep an eye on all of it, really.
Oh God. The rabbit hole doesn't end.
Oh, it never will.
Or at least not until, I don't know. I'd be interested to like see the world in 50 years when like the greatest generation and the boomer generation are fully gone and it's millennials, Gen Z, and the next couple, to see if the world would change or not. I have a feeling it won't change enough. But I'd be curious to see what it's like, at least.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Because like the generational stuff is going to be so weird in the next couple of years. Because like the politics that the boomers have is not our politics.
Nope.
And it's certainly not going to be the politics, or isn't the politics of Gen Z.
No, not even a little. Like they're like, to misclassify it as Republicans would, they're full out communists.
Yes, they're just very left. And as most generations do, they will tend a little bit more towards the middle. Yep. But I think that things that are progressive to us aren't going to be progressive to Gen Z or the generation afterwards, because they'll just be things that happen.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not going to be progressive policy anymore. It's just going to be policy.
God, I hope so.
But we're certainly going to not have the boomer stuff.
Thank God. That actually will probably solve the Medicare, Medicaid, and Social Security problem, because they're all retired at the same time, and then just drawing blood from the government to keep themselves going.
Yeah, probably.
There were some statistics that they dropped after like Trump's super tax plan he passed when, what was it, 18 or whenever it was.
Yeah.
Like the amount of senior citizens living in poverty jumped to over 32% of their demographic.
Yeah.
With that alone.
Well, and the same thing happened to people who were already like, there was like a substantial increase of people who were on like the cusp of the poverty line, who just like sort of went into it at that point.
Yep.
But the rich got richer, so that's all that matters. They got tax cuts.
We literally have money for everything. We just decide to give it to like 8 people.
Yeah. Yeah.
They don't even care about it. They are beyond caring about money.
No, they're out there buying social media organizations with it.
Elon.
Oh, Elon. You know, going back to Kanye was so bad there, or whatever. He was so bad that Elon banned him from Twitter for saying the shit that he said. I was like, wow, it had to be pretty bad for
Oh my goodness.
free speech Elon to ban it.
Oh man.
Ridiculous.
There are no words. I've got nothing.
See, this is why we did a trivia show last week. So we didn't have to deal with all this.
It's depressing. like I said before, what are we supposed to say other than Nazi bad?
Yeah,
Trump
like what are you supposed to say? Fascism bad. Like
democracy good.
Yeah. Before we went live, we were watching I was watching Some More News. He was doing a video about Ben Shapiro's definition of fascism and why it's wrong, and why Ben Shapiro is basically a fascist. But like it's pretty surprising that well, first of all, we all watched the Ben Shapiro video where he got interviewed by Andrew Neil, and Andrew Neil fucking destroyed him, and Ben Shapiro got angry and walked off. A part of that, in fact, I'm going to bring it up again because it's a very good point. Hold on one second.
Yeah, if you want, if your connection's bad, send it to me and I can share it.
No, my connection's better on this computer for some reason.
Oh, did you switch to a laptop or?
Yeah, I don't know why, but Ben Shapiro. My desktop has a terrible internet connection, and my laptop is just fine. Ben Shapiro.
You need a new wireless adapter?
Well, it has one built in.
Well, I know, but you can get aftermarket ones that just plug into a USB drive.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, my friend just went through this at work with his girlfriend's computer that like nuked itself. He had to reset everything, but he cannot unfuck the wireless connector.
Really?
So he just bought one to plug in to replace it because that's the easiest way.
Oh, that's interesting. Maybe I'll have to do that. Maybe I'll just have to buy a thing. Actually, you know what? I am going to give you this video because I'm on Firefox, not Google Chrome, and you will not get audio. So it's coming in the private chat right now.
Gotcha.
And I'm going to find the right timestamp. So yeah, maybe I will just buy an adapter. That's probably a good idea.
And if that doesn't work, then I don't know. It could be a more serious problem, of course. But
yeah.
I did see a bunch of good computer sales at Costco.
I know. I'm desperately trying to figure out if I should buy one because my laptop is becoming increasingly older as well. Like it's 4 years old and my PC is 6 years old. So
yeah, that's getting there. My laptop's only 2 years old. But like I'm like in the next year or two, I'm going to need to consider what I need to do because eventually it's going to start to fade.
Okay, so in the video, I want you to go to timestamp 10 minutes, 50 seconds.
Gotcha.
And then I'll bring it up when we'll tag team this.
Presenting Ben Shapiro.
Okay. And can I bring it up on, yay, add to stream. I have those powers. Okay, so this is Ben Shapiro arguing with Andrew Neil about what is fascist.
Ben Shapiro is fascist.
The Union address in 2012 as fascist.
The wording of President Trump's 2012 address
He meant Obama.
Bad and wrong.
That's all. There are plenty of things that are bad and wrong, but it doesn't make them fascist.
Well, I suppose that's true. But if you would like to, again, if you'd like to read me the column out loud, I suppose
You're
I can
right.
read it for you.
Oh, well,
Oops.
again with Mr. Obama, when you said Jew, and you're Jewish yourself. I only mention that because to put this in context, the Jews who vote for Obama are, by and large, Jews in name only.
My earlier point.
My statement was based on the fact that Jews in the United States, as an ethnic group, are largely irreligious, which is true by every single poll. Jews are the most irreligious group in the United States. As an Orthodox Jew who actually takes Judaism seriously, the point that I am making is that most Jews who are ethnically Jewish are not religiously Jewish in any context.
No. The point you were making is that Jews who vote for Obama are Jews in name only.
I said that, yes, that is correct. That Jews who voted for Barack Obama, a progenitor of the Iran deal, a person who was cracking down on religious liberty, a person who spent much of his career as president of the United States attempting to deprive Israel of the necessities to defend itself, that Jews who voted for President Obama,
Israel
by and
can
large,
defend
cared about
itself
Judaism
now.
far less than they did about other priorities.
They have enough. They have enough stuff.
Their
They have
badge
many
in
nukes.
as a Jew.
Yes, I believe that if you are somebody who takes Judaism seriously, that comes along with ideological commitment.
I mean, I guess.
Also, I hope you're having fun, by the way, going through every old tweet that I've ever sent to try and do gotcha questions. But if you'd like to have a discussion about my general philosophy or things I've done in, say, I don't know, that's
Stop bringing up my
It's
past.
now
It's
2019. If you'd like to discuss something.
You're embarrassing me by bringing up
How about that?
I could watch this thing a million fucking times.
How angry America is and how America has to do better. And I'm simply
I have an entire
point
list
out,
on my website, sir. On my list, I have an entire website of dumb,
I'm
bad
simply
things
trying
that
to
I've
point
said.
out some of the things you've said that seem to me to help to stoke that anger. For example, you said Israelis like to build, Arabs like to bomb crap and live in open sewage.
Well, as I say in an article entitled, here's a list of all the giant, bad, dumb things I've ever said.
Was that
includes,
dumb?
What? Yes, that's a dumb tweet. And not only, but it is also.
Oh my God, it's such a dumb tweet.
The next few tweets clarify that tweet is specifically referring to the Hamas leadership, which, by the way, a BBC
But you didn't say
is
that.
relatively reticent to condemn.
No, actually, it wasn't what you went on to do and say. You are correct about the slur on Arabs. It's not all Arabs that want to live in open sewage and blow things up. It's just Palestinians. You went on to say.
Then you said
cell phone.
And then you said
Israel,
the Palestinian Arab population is rotten to the core. You went on to say, not
God
Hamas,
damn.
the Palestinian Arab population.
I say that
It's
by
just
poll numbers, they elected
it's
Hamas.
just the best.
They elected Hamas. They educate their children in school that Israel should be obliterated, sir.
I guess
if you want to read, honestly, this is a giant waste of time in the sense that the entire interview is designed for you to shout slogans or old things that I've said at me. I don't see how this forwards the debate. You talk about undermining the public discourse. It seems to me that simply going through and finding lone things that sound bad out of context and then hitting people with them is a way for you to make a quick buck on BBC off the fact that I'm popular and no one has ever heard of you.
Oh my God!
To be made on the BBC, unlike American broadcasting, Mr. Shapiro. The point I'm trying to make is that your words are hardly designed to produce the consensus and understanding that the book seems to
watch it
want
forever.
to produce.
Just this on a loop.
That's my point. That you write about Judeo-Christian culture and so on, but so much of what you've said in the past would seem to turn its back on Judeo-Christian culture.
You're lecturing me on Judeo-Christian culture after you call the pro-life position barbaric?
I just asked you a question.
And I asked you a question. You failed to answer a single one of mine. Frankly, I find this whole thing a waste of time. If you want to read the book and critique the book, why don't you read and critique the book? If you want to critique me, you can think whatever you want of me. Frankly, I don't care. I don't frankly give a damn what you think of me since I've never heard of you.
And I've never heard of you until I briefed myself for this. That's not the issue. It's an interesting book. But my point is, your book claims that
it'd be nice if you would quote it from time to time.
Your book is, well, actually, I've done so several times, and I'm about to do so again, if you would let me just finish the question. Your book claims that society is turning its back on Judeo-Christian values.
Yeah,
what are those values? What are the values it's turning its back on?
I'm not inclined to continue an interview with a person as badly motivated as you as an interviewer. So I think we're done here. I appreciate your time.
All right. Well, thank you for your time and for showing that anger is not part of American political discourse.
Just that British swag. right
yeah,
there.
that's the best.
Not
But
to say the British are great. They've done some pretty awful shit too, but like they're getting it. They're ahead of the curve compared to us now.
yeah. So
Um,
Ben Shapiro's point there was that anything that is bad and wrong that he doesn't like is considered fascism.
Yep.
But that's not what fascism is.
Well, and then also apparently that only Orthodox Judaism makes you Jewish.
Which is that's a dumb thing to say.
That is. Well, but it kind of, I don't know, it strengthens the idea that a very small group of people need to be dictating control over everyone else. Because, like, I don't know the actual numbers, but Orthodox Judaism, like, it has grown in Israel as more of them have emigrated there. But until the last decade or two, they were a pretty liberal society. Like, it's.
I don't think Ben himself is Orthodox.
Yeah, no, I don't think he is.
He's not. He's not. I bet you he eats bacon like everyone else.
He's not even Jewish.
Like, I'm just saying. I don't know how this became the Ben Shapiro
knock on
hit
Shapiro
job
hour.
podcast, but yeah.
Well, and even to
we already did one of those,
but we can just do it again. It's fine.
That's fine. It's fine. He does enough bad things.
To go off of his dangerous rhetoric and how it's being used more and more by groups to strengthen their position and say it's okay. You know, Germany just went through a potential coup attempt from the far-right party that wanted to seize their parliament and install an autocratic leader to make Germany great again.
Ooh.
Germany.
Yeah.
Of course, you know, they fucking smacked that shit down with like 3,000 troops and a fuck you attitude, but still. Germany had a coup attempt. The one country that has like designed their government to make sure that doesn't ever happen again.
Well, also, it's not been 100 years, so we can't fully trust Germany yet. We just can't.
Fair.
After 100 years, it's cool, but
I forget the name of the movie. It's a really good movie. It's a hard movie to watch because of the content. But it's a dramatization of the meeting where the final solution is discussed.
Oh, God.
And all the major players that go and to that conversation. And after the movie's over, like it shows the actor and images of the real Nazi and what happened to them after the war. And they're like, oh, yeah, this guy, he became a tax consultant. This guy went to jail for 2 years and is now a lawyer in Potsdam. So many of them kind of just slipped back into society. So I think you're right. And until at least 100 years have passed. So we got 20-ish years to go.
Like it's cool Germany's doing its thing or whatever, but you always got to keep an eye. You never know.
Yep.
They started 2 world wars.
But they will be the bulwark if Russia invades. They'll be like, look, we were right. Fuck you, America.
So, another troubling thing that we should talk about is there was a recent attack on 2 North Carolina power substations. They cut power to thousands of North Carolinians.
I think right when it got to 30 degrees on average. So, you know, a great time to lose power.
Yeah, exactly. Trying to figure out how many people did this. Do we know?
No, the news report, it was a couple days ago that I saw, was unfortunately the FBI and the state police had kind of no idea what happened. Apparently one lady called in saying, was claiming on social media that she knew what happened, and they went and questioned her. And apparently she's like, well, it was God, because there was some drag show nearby. And so they think it might be related to that, so they attacked the power stations.
Oh, I see.
To stop that show. But, like, that's all speculation. They don't have any info at this point.
Well, the article I'm reading says that outside of weather, suspected and confirmed physical attacks on the electric grid infrastructure have been the largest cause of electrical disturbance events since 2014. How fun!
Yay!
Nearly 600 electric emergency incidents or disturbances were caused by suspected and confirmed physical attacks and vandalism on the electric grid. There have been 106 attack or vandalism incidents from January through August 2022. That sounds like a problem.
So it's either Russia or pissed off Trump supporters.
Yeah, right.
Like
Damn.
it's probably Trump supporters, to be fair. You know, not to judge a whole group of people, but they're all pretty stupid. So
a spokesperson for Duke Energy said they declined to provide specifics about the sites or security measures, like you said, but described the company's security approach as robust. We have multiple layers of protection on critical systems on the power grid that help us monitor and then respond to disturbances. And so, what we're doing now is certainly focus on restoration activity and blah, blah, blah. They got the power back online today. That means those people went without power for 4 days.
damn.
Because a couple of nut jobs attacked the power station. That is it's a problem.
More guns. I'm pretty sure that's how it stops the other guns. Is more guns.
Yeah, imagine having I know that power plants in general have security and guards, but imagine if they had to call in the military to protect the power stations.
Well, and we haven't gotten to this level of stupidity yet, but all it really takes is a pissed off guy with a chainsaw. Like he just has to cut down power lines.
Yeah.
Like he could cut down all the power lines around the power station. He doesn't even need to attack the power station. God, I
Yeah.
probably just gave some people a bad idea.
No, yeah, don't do that. We don't condone that activity here on Speaking from the Center.
Bad.
Don't do those things.
Power winter good. Nazi bad. Nazi
I mean, in Texas, all you have to do is to make it real cold outside, and then the power stops working.
Pretty sure that's, well, if there is a God, that's God saying "fuck you" to Texas.
Someone's got to listen. Someone's got to invent a weather machine. That's all I'm saying. Get some old Tesla plans out there, not the car, the guy. And Nikolai Tesla had a weather machine he was working on. Someone built it.
No, I much prefer the idea of just like a whole parking lot full of Tesla cars that are linked together to provide power to Texas. That's more entertaining.
What you do is you get all those Teslas together and you connect them all, and then you plug them into one charging port.
One charging.
See how much of the power draw is there. Along the lines of that, I've heard recently that America's going to really have to update its power infrastructure to accommodate all the electric vehicles, because the power draw on the electric grid is going to be substantial at some point, because all the car companies are now making electric vehicles.
Well, and California is the state that is extra screwed, because I was reading some articles and some of them were for lobbyists for the auto industry.
Yeah,
I did check this information to make sure, because you can't really trust one side of an argument anymore at all. But California has a drought, but another reason that the Hoover Dam and their water supply in the Colorado River is so low is they are pushing so much water through the Hoover Dam to boost their electrical output to cover all these electric vehicles.
Damn.
And it's going to get to a point where, and I think they just decided to close their last nuclear plant. They're not going to build any more, and they can't build solar or wind fast enough. It's possible for that to take over the grid, but the amount of money you would need is more than California or any state has. It's come to California, we're extra screwed.
Tons of mice.
Well, it's like I wrote papers on this in college. I'm a big fan of nuclear power. I know the risks that come with it, but it is the cleanest and most efficient system to provide mass power to a population until they can boost their solar, their wind, or their ocean electrical generator systems to cover everything. Until they can literally fund that, nuclear power is the way. But everyone is like, but Hiroshima and Chernobyl, and we're all going to die.
Well, yeah, that's the big concern, right? It's like, oh, you watch the Chernobyl, no more power plants. But yeah, a modern power plant would not. First of all, that Chernobyl power plant was designed poorly.
Oh yeah, watch the
And
HBO special if you haven't. Everybody,
oh,
great
it's
show. Oh my
it's
goodness.
it will put the fear of God in you.
Never
But
trust the government is what that taught
yeah,
me.
no, especially never trust the Soviet government.
Though I
Cutting
did I watched that episode with the animals
corners
when
everywhere they
one,
can. Oh yeah.
I skipped that episode now. I don't need to watch that one because that's just extra depressing. But
I mean the lengths that the Soviet government went to build the power station poorly is actually ridiculous. Like it wasn't that hard to build a nuclear reactor that wouldn't fucking melt down, and they just decided to cut the corners.
one of my
Like
favorite
all they
moments,
had to do was have the right systems in place.
just fail safes, but real ones.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
I think the part of the episode that I really liked just because of how dumb it is when they get the robot sent from I think like Germany to help clean up some of the material that's really radioactive. And it just immediately dies, and they're
Yeah.
like, "But this is a top of the line robot. How did it die?" And they're like, "Well, the party answered how much radiation there was, not actually how much radiation there was." And
Oh
Germany
yeah.
didn't know that, so they sent what they thought would work.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean that was it. The party line on the meltdown.
Oh man. We gotta save some of these quotes. The Soviet government were extra screwed. 3,000 troops and a fuck you attitude. Another good one.
There's
Tim,
one
you
more
have a
bit
tiny bit of lag. Just so you know.
Oh, okay. Maybe I can F5. F5? Hold on. Be right back.
Boop, boop, boop. Sponsored by Coca-Cola. If you drink it, there might be cocaine in it. We don't know for sure, but it's tasty. So
I am back now. Do I lag still?
you are better.
Okay. That is good.
Yes. I talked about our sponsor, Coca-Cola.
We're not sponsored by Coca-Cola. They don't give us money.
Damn. Well, I keep trying. I'm figuring somewhat one of them is about to do. We'll do it eventually.
Coca-Cola, if you're out there and you're listening, send us money.
Yes.
We'll say whatever you want.
Oh, it's true. Coca-Cola better than water. Water is poisonous.
Water bad, Coca-Cola good. But you have to give us money. Otherwise, water's better.
Tens of money. At least. Tens of money.
Tens of money. a five. I want to talk about one last thing before we get out of here. The January 6th committee is issuing its final report this month.
Oh, do we know what day that's coming out?
December 21st, just in time for.
Ooh, well, what day is? Oh, and that's a Wednesday. That can be our Christmas show.
Yeah, it'll be our. We'll read the January 6th committee report. I'm sure it'll be boring political rhetoric.
Probably. There might be a
The
gem or two in there, though.
Yeah, the important part is that the same day they will be also issuing their final criminal referrals, which may include one ex-president.
Please. And his son. And Jared Kushner. But
It's really just all of them.
throw Barron
If
Trump in prison.
they could all be in jail, that'd be great. They could all be in jail, that'd be fantastic. That'd be a good. See, the criminal referral doesn't really mean anything. They're just saying, hey, Justice Department, look at this.
You could
And
probably charge them. You should look into that.
if you wanted, you could probably, maybe charge them.
Please do it. But
If
also,
you,
I think, I don't know if we were talking about this before the show. If Trump runs as a third-party candidate because the Republicans want to distance themselves, they probably won't charge him for now because they want him to run and implode the Republican Party. The Democrats will want him to run and implode the Republican Party.
yeah, that's a delicate line that the Democrats sometimes dance over, is the running Republicans against other Republicans so that to help them. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
And they did that a lot during the midterms. And it did kind of pay off. But they can't keep doing that because then we'll end up with another Trump in some position of power.
Yeah.
That's
Like, at some point you're going to promote the wrong guy.
Yep.
Like some who's running for office, but like some actual demagogue who knows what he's doing.
Kanye Hitler.
Oh, fucking Kanye. What the fuck happened to that guy? What happened to him?
I think Mikey had a theory that it had to do with his mom passing away, and that trauma just sending him into a spiral that he's never dealt with, or is too afraid to deal with, or won't acknowledge, and then like who knows what else he is doing in his spare time to try to handle that. But again, all speculation. We have no idea for sure. He probably needs help.
Tons of my says because sometimes you feel like a nut and sometimes you don't.
I did hear his divorce did just wrap up. He has to pay Kim Kardashian $200,000 a month in child support.
Yep. Why, when he went on Alex Jones's show, did he wear like a bodysuit with a jacket over it?
Yes.
But why? Did he not want people to see? So my wife has a theory that he wanted plausible deniability, that's not really Kanye. That's someone else dressed up as saying he was Kanye. Like, that would kind of be something he would pull, but I'm not sure.
Oh.
Like, why didn't he want us? Couldn't he been like a waste later?
Yeah, I don't know. But that makes sense, like what your wife said, that it could be related to just wasn't me. That was my bodyguard. I didn't do it.
Right? That was someone else pretending to be me. Freaking out Alex Jones.
Making Alex Jones look like the sane person in the room.
When he was like, when Kanye was like, I like Hitler, and Alex Jones was like, whoa, I don't like Hitler.
Whoa.
Let's not go there. And then he's like, but I also like the Nazis. And Alex Jones was like, I don't like Nazis either. I don't know where we're going with this.
As he's sitting next to an actual Nazi and a man that loves the Nazis.
Yeah, that Nick Fuentes guy. He was in that video.
Pretty sure. I don't know. I'm getting to the point. He needs to not be let on any platforms. Like, he needs to be shut off of everything. And people just need to forget that he exists.
I've seen a couple
big of a fan base. Like, they will support him forever, I think.
I've seen like clips and the shit he says, and he just seems like a rambling lunatic with a shitty background, like me. I mean, I'm using Firefox right now, so I can't use my virtual background because Firefox and
It's trash.
StreamYard. Don't get wrong.
Can't you
Yeah,
turn off the data usage with Chrome?
Oh, a different computer. This signed me on to Firefox, so I didn't feel like switching over to Chrome.
Oh, that's fair.
But yeah, there's a bug in Firefox that prevents Firefox from using the virtual backgrounds in StreamYard.
Really?
So if anyone from Firefox is listening, fix that shit. Because Google Chrome uses way too many. And I like my Firefox, but I can't use it for like podcasting and whatnot because of this.
Yes.
Also, send us money.
I will be getting yeah, give us money, Firefox. Tens of money.
Tens of money.
I have a green screen coming this weekend that I can start
Ooh.
hopefully having a background instead of just my weird office with all my things.
I like the Game of Thrones. What are they? Pin
banners. Yeah, I think they were there before, but I moved it to cover my closet because my closet doesn't have a door.
Tenzamai says, so a lazy random lunatic with a sketchy background. That is me. Well, that's all the actual news I wanted to talk about. Is there anything else?
No, I don't think so. I think we just need to end on, Trump bad, Nazis bad,
fascism
bad, fascism bad.
Yeah.
And whatever Ben Shapiro thinks fascism is wrong. Go buy a history textbook. Read up on Mussolini and Hitler, not Ben Shapiro. Learn history books are your friends.
Disc golf good.
Disc golf is good. But no, Ollieman, we're not watching an hour's worth of disc golf.
This is not a disc golf podcast.
Submit that shit in writing and we'll do, I don't know, we can do a 5-minute clip of it next time or something. But
yeah,
that is
also,
a lot of disc golf to watch in a row.
Thank you to our sponsors, Coca-Cola and Firefox. To 555.
Delicious.
5-5.
And refreshing.
All right, that's it. We'll see y'all next week. Bye. Oh, there's an outro video. Is there an outro video? I'll just play the intro again.